the Rapanats 2025 Grand Champion, taker home of the big prize. Please come forward, Fraser Mack. Yeah! And the Devils try.
Alright, so the hardest part we always have is how the fuck do we actually start this shit, eh?
Rapanats!
He's already started it! Oh, man, saves us doing anything. See, my usual is like, hey team!
Team always pops up everywhere.
Fuck now, because everyone's doing it. I started that shit. I'm the team guy.
G'day, team.
Everyone's the team guy.
Team player.
Alright, team. Here we go with the team. Already with the team.
Straight off the jump.
Fucking nut chat tonight. Rapanats edition. We have two special guests. Brett Kenny. And Bodine. Boys, thanks for coming on the podcast tonight. Nut Chat podcast. Yep, we on. So I thought, we had Rapanats last week. We had a killer time. We're gonna keep the momentum going, and we'll just have a little chat about Rapanats, Rapanats through and through. And I thought the best way. Let's go back to 2018. 2018. Surely, little Britt Kenny must have had an idea.
Oh yeah.
So bring us into the circle. How did this all come about?
Well,
how did Rapanats start?
I just basically come up with this idea, and so I rang the boys. I was like, I've been sitting in my man cave. I've got this idea. I've rung Bob Welton, Master Motorplex, and I need a team. Like I need yous. We can't do this. I cannot do this by myself. And so I rang you, Adam.
It's something like a few of us have been thinking
About
for a
six
little while,
of us,
How can we do something of our own, and in our hometown, and put a fresh look on it, but it was...
And then I rang you that night, got you all round, and I was like, we're going to do a burnout comp. And you guys, I was like, are you in or out? And all of them were in, did our first comp. We didn't even know if we were going to make any money. And,
really went out on a whim for the first one to just see if we could, see what it's like out there in the lower North Island, because there wasn't so many events to go to anymore. Yeah. And Marston used to have one of the better comps in the land way back when on the old pad by the airstrip there. That was always awesome.
The Arvo ones.
And they used the end of the drag strip there, but that was never going to last forever just because of the wire and that picking up on slicks, and that was always going to be a problem. So something needed to happen, and there's having the room to be able to do that, so.
But the Rapanats team has evolved immensely, there's so many people with different roles that we couldn't do without,
Yeah, this sort of brings me on to, I had a sort of a question as well, everyone seems to know their role.
Yeah.
How big is the Rapanats crew now?
So mainly there's the 15 of us that's now grown to about 17 kind of thing. We've all got our various jobs and things that we're allocated to kind of have done in time, and we kind of try, from the first one we've grown a bit on that, I think, and just been able to, everyone knows their spots, but we're trying to give you not an obligation, but a job to fulfill. Like, you go and sort that out kind of thing. That's your mission to do and report back kind of thing. And I think that's really helped in the last couple of years, being able to have different jobs for different people.
Well, you guys were a massive friend group before Rapanats started anyway, because I remember seeing all of the faces from Rapanats at places like Levin, the early Masterton comps, Fauna Rotor, Jamboree, Morrinsville. You guys always used to travel with a massive group.
We've been committed to it, the friend
definitely
group
did
itself.
start from the
Masterton Maggots.
Motown
times gone by.
Maggots,
and they were some good times, man. They were some awesome times.
And Morrinsville burnout comp, those were good. That was the staple New Zealand.
It was about the best thing you could load your car up with your mates and head up the island and that, and you know you're going to have
Dion
a good
up there,
day out,
yeah.
man.
Yeah.
It's funny though, like how much burnouts have actually changed. You know,
Yeah.
from those days. Gone are the days where it's like a burnout day was just a party day.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
And now
absolutely.
it's kind of got.
And that was the party days up there in Morrinsville, that was it. But even more locally, Levin, and a lot of us, I met a lot of the good people starting out at Levin. Like, people I know today have a lot of respect for today, and I've known for so long that have been
I
with
met
me right
Arnie
from the
Donaldson
start.
there.
Yeah, Arnie.
Low Life, Rob Tuhiri,
Yep.
and the XY. That was first. That's why we first met as Levin.
There was a huge loss losing Levin with
I
in
drive
the
past
lower
it
North
all the
Island.
time.
Every time, and you always look like, oh, you
Every
reckon
time
we could?
that we would book that around everything, like we got to go to Levin.
It was the place to go.
And they ran it what? It was every other month, eh?
I
During
feel like
summer,
it was
or-
every 8 weeks. Yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
Was it every 8 weeks?
Yeah.
I thought it was just like a yearly thing.
No.
Nah, there was
Was it
about
with the Lord-
four,
James-
maybe
was it the
four.
It
James-
died off at the end.
James Lauder Memorial.
Yeah.
Is that where it was? That was.
That's where it started, wasn't
That's where it started,
Yeah.
but then it ended up behind this factory.
Yeah.
And
You know, they
for-
stacked
for a few
scaffold there, I
years.
think.
It's
eh?
like Rio and stuff.
Scaffold
Yeah,
for
there's
a
a
few
fuel stop
years.
at the front.
Yeah. Yeah. Shit.
Yeah, I guess, you know, looking back, you know, especially from where it first started, how much it's improved, you know. Look, when I was funny because when I was doing a little bit of research and I was looking back to my 2019 video,
Yeah.
and like looking around, you know, like the crowd. I mean, this fucking
Yeah,
crowd, you know,
I know.
it looks kind of hillbilly as, you know, nothing to the slick venue that we have now. Not saying that was bad back then,
Yeah.
but just the evolution when you look at it now.
Well, when it started for NZBC round one with Lynchy and Mad Sam,
yeah.
That was cool, man.
it was honestly a mud. Like we,
Oh, bro. They, remember the day? How fucking
we
it
were
was just
stressing
even the
out
day
to get
after
that
trying
done.
to
Ricky
pack
and
up.
Jen, hats off to them, and you know.
I just remember one dude just booting it through the pits and just tripped or something, and he just like full on face planted
Yeah,
through
doing
the
a
mud,
slide.
bro. He was gone for
And it
ages.
was like the venue had just been dug, like it had just been
it's all
made
fresh.
and then run a big comp there. Oh, I reckon it was good. Like there was heaps of people.
And no running back then either. It was all
Nah,
that
no
gravel
running
away.
and
That was
stuff.
chaos.
Because so we were out there when we initially walked out with a tape and paint.
Yeah.
And off the fence and trying to square up to something, whether that was the drag strip or the fence line, but I don't think they're quite. And, you know, going from that and then...
Yeah, well, Bob Wilton literally gave us that paddock.
Yeah,
You know?
and then so we just started talking, and the with the noise complaints that the Master Motorplex already has had and problems with that over the years, that's where, and it was like, where do you put all the dirt? And then it's going in the ground, and that's where to try and block a bit of noise in there, and it's the only one like that, and trying to get the crowd above it that little bit to be able to look in,
For sure.
kind of thing.
That makes a big difference too.
Yeah, I feel like it did. Yeah, for sure.
Because you see, like, from this year's video, you see all the photos or whatever, like that whole hill, from the top to the bottom, these people.
Yeah.
The whole way round, where the smoke wasn't just blasting them with that little
that was the
grandstand
most people for
It was
sure.
But there's always still things to do. Like we want to eventually speedway step that
Oh, yeah.
around there to
Like
get
little retainments the whole way, like.
little, you know,
Yeah.
with a step or whatever, and you'd fit more people then.
And then
comfortably.
backfill too.
Yeah.
Backfill the back, retaining wall and the fence
What's
on
going
top.
on
kind
across
of
the
thing.
fence?
That's the new
Oh,
widening of the
yeah,
of
that's
the airstrip.
Because that's
the
going to
airstrip.
help if they leave that there, surely.
They are. They
yeah.
are. They're building that round. So that we've been talking about that.
Good shit.
Perfect.
Oh, that's
I mean,
fuck
that sort of brings me to the, like, you know, like, what are some of the big challenges around putting something like Rapanats on? You know?
I don't know. I feel like it all runs pretty smoothly.
Yeah, I feel like we have the little things all between us, and we sort it all out, and just that's
Yeah.
just being humans and that, and trying to
I feel like that's
create
because we're all passionate.
yeah, and just create the best result at the end of it, and you got to have that to be able to grow, and you know, I feel.
But challenges, what would be a challenge? I don't know.
I guess 7 years into it, any
We're
challenges
pretty
that
well, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty well established now.
Pretty
over the years.
well-oiled machine.
And a lot of the people make it easier for us, I feel. You know what I mean?
the
Because a lot of it's
competitors
not
make
their
it
first
super
time.
Yeah.
And people
Harder.
don't leave it in a shit show after the
that's
fact.
a
And they
big
got a bit
thing,
of
man.
respect to look after each other
Yeah.
in the pits, and that helps out heaps. It only takes, as we all know, with every good thing in this world, it only takes one dumbass.
Oh, bro, it's mob mentality.
And
they
they'll
see someone
just-
getting
and
away
it'll
with it,
fuck
they will
out,
jump
you
on
know,
it.
so-
eh?
Yeah, this is out to you, Alex Salter. Fuck, I spent all morning cleaning up those fucking fireworks. That were
Salty one!
everywhere.
The salty one.
Because it was all at my camp spot, so I tried to
I
clean
know.
up as best
She
as I
brought
could.
me a pork roll like halfway through the day, or when it was cooked, apple sauce. Yeah, I was into it. I was like,
That
thank
makes up for it
you,
then, yeah.
thank you, sold up.
Nah, I mean, it's a pretty. It's just become that comp,
Yeah.
type thing. That sort of moves on to the next thing. Like you get a mega number of entries.
Yeah.
How do you work out what 60 cars are going to make the cut, the final cut? Because you're talking 100 plus entries.
Yeah.
Like 160,
160. Where the fuck are all these cars
I
coming from?
don't know.
We don't know. And till even a week out from the day, we're getting still. Can I enter? Where do I enter this comp? And so I don't know what it would actually be, but yeah.
I'd like to think that just in the later one, we've now put in a category that's your like mentionable modifications on your vehicle, because we have found in the past, and that's just all a learning curve, that there's nowhere to tell us your story, and what's that coon got different to this one, and how do you pick, you know what I mean?
So without you guys knowing them, obviously, as well.
Well, that's why I sort of found that. And all these guys that have locked Facebook profiles, you can't even stalk them. So if they come, they see just a name and a car. It's like, well, don't know nothing about you, So
and if you see a car, it looks good, but it's got a average motor, or you see a real rat-looking car, but it's got 1,000 horsepower, or whatever, we need to know. Yeah. So we just
2019. I think, is that where the saying 4 litres will fuck off came from?
Yeah,
because there was
so.
40 A series and E series Falcons, 3 LS Commodores, and a couple of other things.
Well, because that was an involvement. Because when we first started, I was like, it's first in, first serve. Like we just want this comp to be first in, first serve. No one gets special. And fill it up. Well,
it's no good if you're not on the internet or you don't see the things, and then everyone that's got their phone, sweet.
Okay. So like the last year, it was 4 hours, and we just said, right, all you have to do is pay your money and lock in your spot. Yeah. Well, we got 60 cars in 4 hours, paid their money, and we went shit. We had to shut it down, and it was about 47. 4-litre Falcons.
I just remember for days that's what it was. 4 litres of fuck off.
All you could hear in your head. All you could hear in your head at night time.
But they had white villains writing it on their windows.
Yeah, bro, it was everywhere. But that was like fucking Isaac and the fucking
I'll be happy if after that comp I was like, I'll be happy if I don't hear another 4-litre Falcon.
It's hard to choose them, bro.
So what do? You sit down around the table.
Yeah.
Right, you got your, and go fuck right. Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no.
The 6s, that's more of a like pull a hat out of the bag. Yeah. But the 8s, we just sort of.
A lot of it's consistency, I feel, as well. Like, you know what I mean? If you know a car's consistent and can do 3 rounds, well, it's hard for some of the cars that maybe didn't make it in, because it was like, when was the last time you saw it get through without having problems? And I know we've all had our own problems, it sucks for anyone, but you want to try and get a car that's going to be consistent all day as well.
What dramas on the day? It's a show, man. It's a show.
We're just getting towed off every second skid.
Yeah, we do try. And that one's a bit of a hard one. But every
year,
hard.
We
just only got to do what's in front of us, really.
Shit. Got your ass.
There's no real favouritism for.
You always have a late one.
And
they always pull the bro. And I know a lot of people, so it's like,
going to miss Brett, fuck this,
and they do. Let me in. They do. You better let me in, and I'm like, we're already at 67, and I'm like, shit.
We do overdo it.
We overdo it.
That brings me to the next point: the no-shows.
Yeah.
Do they make contact? Do they make contact?
50-50.
Because it fucks me off when I see people that haven't shown up.
Yeah.
Because it's people that have missed out, and it's like, fuck, I hope at least they've made contact.
It'll be noted, it'll be noted.
We've got some that just don't make contact.
Phone's ringing. Guys, the phone is ringing.
That's how we got Jaden. She was standing at the check-in, and they're like, so-and-so's not coming. Yeah, we're up.
It's right time, right place.
He's standing there, like, can you pay your entry? Like, boom, paid, let's go.
Yeah.
Off to go home.
Because it does. You see people miss out. Like, when I'll be like, oh, bro, you're not doing Rapanats. Oh, I missed out. I'm like, oh, sorry, cuz. Sorry.
Yeah, it's hard. Like, it is hard. Like, I wish we could just definitely get everyone.
When you're waiting to see the confirmed photos. You're like, and when you see that, you're like, yes, we on, boy, we on.
Because it was 50, and then since all the interest, we pumped it to 60, which is kind of at the max capacity.
So this year,
smooth as.
wow! Can we get a slow mo on that one?
the max capacity. So this year,
I did. We'll get all of it that
Can we get a slow-mo, like...
so this year, wow.
Leave himself,
This is
eh?
my second juice and it just
knocked off.
now.
I shook it up when I brought it over.
You're like pouring like here.
Oh,
Craig up. What were we even talking about?
I mean,
The no-shows.
yeah, the no-shows.
Yeah, no, so
Makes
this
the order
year...
hard too with the ball draw, but you can't change it,
It
obviously.
was the first 4 cars.
Yeah, gone.
Yeah,
First
and then
four
I
cars.
was so gutted for those guys because I was like, especially with like Bruno, I was like, when you got a big, you got big money tied up in your engine, you don't really want to go out on a wet pad.
no.
And he was like, I'm not seeing. There'll be a few people out there, and then I think he was like third because there was no first 5 car. Gareth, Jason,
Clifton.
On a turbo car. You know,
Gutted for him too, bro.
Gutted.
First time down, 7-hour trip.
Yeah.
Pumped as.
And he can drive. Like, he can pedal.
They went mean.
and he
it
still
rolled
did good
it.
in the wet.
And
you
it
know?
drove off.
Yeah,
It drove off and then just.
And when he come up to me, it was
Lunch.
like, hole in the block or something, eh?
Yep.
I was
I
like,
found
what?
a piece of the block in the pits. It's in my ute.
There's a photo, he's like holding parts of the shit.
Yeah,
like,
shit. Well, that pad was going to be slippery for like at least 20, 30
Oh, bro,
cars.
it was definitely, and you saw it throughout that first 20 or 30.
There's just
cars,
nothing we can do, like, you
But
know.
it's the luck of the draw, unfortunately. And
Yeah.
same
It is
last
what it
year.
is.
there was a draw.
We've
Same
been all in
last
this
year,
position
you know,
before, you know.
Same
that's-
last year, so
Like,
yeah,
out of
the
that,
nature of
me
the beast.
next year, I'd put a shitty tyres on going in first, or, not shitty, but half.
yeah. But I mean, this year was so hard because that first round, everyone struggled so much
Yeah.
that your second round, you had to really do the business,
Yeah, absolutely.
So if you to get tyres off and so, fuck, it's
a lot of
like
cars
luck
coming
of the
off
draw, luck of the draw.
With tyres still
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah.
Or even just small wall taps, which is still a deduction. It's like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
scoring must have been mad. Like,
And the judges, wow, I would have thought they judged together for a long time, like, because I can switch and hear them talking.
oh yeah.
And they just like, I know he didn't get, I feel like he tapped over there, or, he tapped over there.
Yeah, can confirm.
I feel like he didn't
you know.
reach in that corner, he went in that corner, and they're all talking like,
Yeah. Well, that's
those
me.
judges, they're pretty accurate.
Well, I think, and hopefully Darren and Sambo's want to come back and judge with Zach again, because if that's like the ultimate combo there. I mean, you
Can confirm.
You got so much experience.
I think that's
you know.
like
They're coming
good
back.
for that. Yeah.
I
Locked
talked to
in.
Darren afterwards.
The combo
in the pits,
works.
and he was
The combo works
wrecked
really well.
from like paying attention, like the
Yeah.
whole time. And
Yeah.
I was like, man, fuck good on you.
Sambo's
for
a
putting your
long
hand
day
up,
to
eh?
him,
man.
he's keen.
Oh, yeah. So
And
Darren's
Darren Roberts
yeah.
It's 130 skids you have to score. If you do 60
That's
plus
crazy.
the top 10, it's
Yeah,
like,
that's
oh,
good.
top
Yeah.
10 was off its head.
Oh, bro, madness.
It was epic.
Dunno, never made it.
Neither. Wasn't even close.
I just wait till the end anyway.
It was funny as fuck, because like top 10's like just starting, and then like the run in like the lineup lane is just all night skidders.
I know.
It's like, we've still got
He's
top
been
10.
here before, eh?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
the ones that are
Yeah.
switched on, because you still got top 10 and then prize giving to go before
Yeah,
you
no,
start.
they're lining up
Yeah.
with top 10.
Yeah.
It's like, "Mate, go past."
Your top 10 was like just lining up down the pits.
Yeah, no.
So on saying that, then, do we have any lifers like
I think I'm one.
Yep.
every
Yeah.
every Nerpin?
Yeah, you would be too.
But I don't know who else. Like, we're trying to do it. Maybe Gareth?
Yeah. I think you might have missed one.
I think he might have missed the first one, maybe.
No, he was at the first one. 'cause
Was he?
He camped with us on the drag strip. Remember, I was the only one camped there.
yes.
On the other side.
Yeah,
Yeah,
The
with the
first
bus.
Rapanats, I had
Yeah.
the bus. We camped there.
He was too.
Gareth was there. He camped with us.
Because there was a lot less campers back then.
There
I was
might
the only
actually
one.
be a
Yeah,
hand-
bro.
It would be 4 or 5.
What about old Richie? Old Ricker.
No.
Sure, he was.
Nah.
I know he's been to a
I don't think it
fair
was at
few.
the front, at the first couple.
3.8.
That was like 3 years ago, 4 years ago.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Tower of Power. Oh yeah.
Because I'm just trying to remember back there the ones that just rolled over from NZBC to go
Yeah.
that first couple of years, and then just trying to remember those 3 years in between then and now, sort of thing.
A lot of people have really come.
It'd be a
involved in the scene,
handful.
though.
Yeah,
Built new
yeah,
cars
people.
and stuff. A lot of the stuff, still the original stuff that's been going for years.
Yeah, yeah.
Cars you saw way back, still coming out of the shed, still getting
Like you say,
used.
like
and
Low
that's,
Life and stuff,
well,
yeah.
and it's awesome to see, you know, like still
I
shit
reckon
when I
Low
remember when I
Life's
was a
probably
little
done the
kid, bro.
most. So that's the oldest.
Yeah, yep.
Because
Now-
because
now
it was
it is.
Skidding,
Oldest
it was
burnout,
Skidding
like, in
before
the
Arnie
scene.
owned it, didn't it?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
But I remember from a little boy
Yeah.
going to the
So
burnouts
Arnie
with
bought
Dad, bro,
as
and
a-
it was there.
Yeah, someone
like,
else
yeah.
was skidding it before Arnie,
Oh, okay. I don't
very,
know.
very possible.
Yeah.
It was tough back then, honestly.
That's all I remember is Arnie and that bloody low
Yeah.
light.
Got us a good run out of a couple of donks though, eh? That first one was years, and I think we're a fair few years into the next one. Hey,
Staple
that's good motorsport.
car in the New Zealand
This one,
Burnout.
the one that he's got in there now is just fucking so good.
Sings a
Was that
great
a
little
410? 410?
Well, I think he went back, didn't he? He had
Yes.
problems with that sprint car motor thing he had.
Mr. Cunt, he's that's the fastest by fucking
He did a
far.
radar gun, eh?
It nearly felt
That's
like it
what
was
I
going
was
to
gonna say.
roll over.
I was thinking for next year, can we organise some sort of fucking radar, a speed radar?
Oh,
Yeah.
fucking hard out.
You know.
Man, I reckon that's prime and
I'll
that's
be in
fully
single
doable.
digits, eh? Me, just roll the
Hayden the techie wizard, do that.
Yeah. Some
Yeah,
sort of
oh,
speed,
yeah, Hayden, yeah.
speed radar, you know,
Okay,
just to
that's a great
see.
idea.
So,
Even just one of those signs. You know, you drive past them and it says your speed, bro.
What would you get? What would you get out of there?
I don't know, man.
What would you get out of there flat out, bro?
Wow, I reckon
60, 70?
Yeah,
Be
60,
about
70.
70, 60, 70, yeah.
I'd be 60,
I
70.
feel-
It feels mean because you come down into
I feel
it
like
and it
that
takes off.
Starlet was probably
on the top 10, that was
Past
probably the
that.
fastest fucking.
It hopped. It done like a,
I
like a
know,
sidewall
I've
hopped
seen
or
that.
something, and it like done this. We looked at each other like, "Wow, man!" You know, I think that Dylan Grimrod, I came in with him once in the wagon, and I thought that was pretty mental. But I'd say that Starlet was, I don't know, man.
Yeah, he was coming in hot.
He come off the gas a little bit, and so it was sitting and loading up hard. You know, you can feel it was actually putting you in your seat a bit, not ice skating in top gear coming
Yeah.
down. Especially at night time, usually it's a bit of a slick out there. There's you know, coolants and shit everywhere, you know, and it's just the track team's gone right down and it's cold.
Fuck, it was grippy this year, man.
Was it?
Oh, yeah. I struggled like
A lot of
fuck.
rubber down. A lot of rubber down.
Yeah.
It was hard.
Those party skids was neat.
That was pretty good, though.
It was like organised,
Chaos.
semi-organised chaos.
Well, you guys know what you're doing, so you're just like, yeah, you and you go. Hurry up,
We're
all
built
we're
a
on.
monster.
Well, we
Watching
so
it
that was
like,
kind
oh my
of, I
God.
had to send them out. Otherwise,
Oh, no, so I was like, you're like, oh, you gotta go. I'll just wait till the end. If I miss out, miss out. And then you're just like, you gotta go. You're gonna miss out. I was like,
yeah,
It was nearly you, me,
and then it ended
Rob,
up being a wicked,
whoever else.
wicked skid, like wicked.
That's what everyone, like, you talk to everyone during the day, you're like, oh, you know, I went alright, hanging for a night's good. Like,
Yeah, I know. It's all but, you know, it's definitely one of the highlights of Rapanats
sure.
is the party skid.
I think that's.
Especially with the light show and shit. Like, it makes mean photos. Like, they're buzzing up in the background every now and again as well.
And it's not
Yeah.
bright in your eyes, and that
Oh,
is
that's
it?
fucking
fucking
fat,
turbo,
bro.
bro.
It's
The
not
turbo
bright in your
is
eyes, and that. Do you reckon it's not bright in your
Nah.
eyes or anything like that? I feel like the placement's pretty good because that
I
was a
thought,
worry.
I thought last year was probably a bit more than this year. Like, this year was sweet as.
Hmm.
Last year they had the like, fucking, or was it the year before, the green laser thing? But yeah, no, it was big.
Okay.
And it's like, that yellow on the wall definitely helped. They
Oh, bro, I was
it?
gonna
Yeah,
say that.
fuck
Yeah, right.
I reckon,
Okay.
and especially from a like doing media type of thing, the contrast.
Yeah. Okay.
I think it was killer. I
White
think
on grey.
especially on the back.
Yeah.
Because
No.
you come in and you're like, yeah, it's there, all the corners.
Oh, it must not have worked though, because I've saw more wall hits than fucking.
I was checking them out.
This year was
It
crazy.
was
Yeah.
probably the most wall hits we've had. I would
Yeah.
say.
Fuck, it was bad.
yeah.
Heaps. Yeah. Go on.
Job's on.
Yeah.
He didn't know, he kept that tidy. Or Leon.
I don't know if that's.
Oh,
had
he
it.
did a
I don't-
real good skid, eh?
I don't know if it's had a touch. Yeah.
Oh.
We'll leave it.
Touch
Sorry, bro.
You fucking cursed him now.
Sorry, bro. Sorry, bro.
Oh, come.
Oh no. Fuck it. Fuck it. So I guess, you know, from 2019 to 2025, what have you noticed when it comes to Rapanat Burnout Comp or the New Zealand Burnout scene in general over the last 7 years? You know, from our 4 litres of fuck off. Yeah. And I would say to, you know, the big progression we have, but we only had a couple of blown cars at Rapanats and it was still probably the best Rapanats ever.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, well
it's
done.
crazy to think that, you know, like everyone goes, oh, you know, we want to see the big bad blown cars. Well, not, you know, it doesn't always work like that, you know?
A lot of tough NA cars out there still, though, eh?
That just love to party, eh?
Yeah.
You know, and it's cool. People seeing things that are not LS as well. Like
The last
hey,
7
you know,
years.
like a
Couple
I
of
don't know,
4 pound
top
Fords.
10 was pretty LS dominated this
Yeah,
year.
yeah. I think it always will be going forward now.
yeah, really.
There's a reason for it, bro.
Cheap
They're just
horsepower,
that good,
brother.
eh?
It's the way of the world, brother.
All 4 of us have gone.
Yeah.
It had to be done, man.
So, yeah, I guess,
Some of the big comps up in Auckland, they're still going hard, like some Autofest
Yeah.
and Chrome as well.
Autofest and Chrome, yeah.
You know, and to be even in the mix with those kind of
And
events
it's cool
is
seeing
awesome.
them tied up with the Aussies and
Yeah, yeah,
like Chrome is Summernats and Autofest is
Burnout Masters.
Burnout Masters. That's primo, eh?
Yeah.
You know, the Aussie side of it. But we just wanted to stay 100% New Zealand.
100% New Zealand, by New Zealanders, for New Zealanders.
Yeah.
And all the rest of it, you know.
Yeah. From the people, for the people.
Hey, we're all in this together.
I think that's probably what makes it such a good comp. And I've always said that, you know, it's because it's fucking put on by skidders that...
Yeah, you can tell. Even just from the moment you roll through the gate, same people on the gate every time. Same people with signing.
Yeah.
Then you
makes
guys...
it easier,
And
right?
like from day one, we wanted to look after the competitors.
Oh, 100%.
Because if you look after the competitors, they will pump your event for you. Like, because they're like, fuck, that's mean. But if, you know, our priority is to look after the competitors.
Because we've
It's
been all
funny,
over the
because
country,
my
right,
missus
Dom?
only comes to one event a year, and it's Rapanats, because it's long enough. And the people still remember her from last year, whatever. She just cruises on down, can I get into pits? Oh yeah, sweet as.
I think it's too because we make such a good, like, we always have a pretty good setup.
It's long enough, like you get the people camping, they have like a whole, like the South Islanders make like a whole little
And
town
it's
there.
enough.
they
It's
do.
enough room, mate, bro. It's like
bro, it's me.
6 by 12.
Yeah, there's no
6 by
guessing
10
because
or
you guys
something
mark
like
the
that.
pits out. Like, boom, that's my spot,
But
that's
if
my
you and
spot.
him get along, you can make that work for
We had
yourselves.
5 spots in a bus and a trailer.
Unless you've got a fucking 10 metre or 8 metre bus and a fucking 7 metre trailer, you just
We're
take
all
it.
right. We had
But
5
it works
cars.
out perfect because I just rolled on the back.
Yeah.
So we block out the back fence and then we have the cars in the front. We've got the gazebo.
Oh,
So
it works
then
perfect.
you know,
But
the
that's
kids,
what we
all
say.
all the families can
Make
have
the
got a-
party.
Yeah, definitely. Because it's sort of like, it's long enough that you need something like that to go back to and just go, fuck off. There's a
Yeah,
chair
actual
there,
chill time.
have a drink, whatever, like the barbie gun, whatever. Like, whereas if you run like a half-day comp, like the Masterton one, you just like, boom, skid, trailer, we're out.
Yeah,
Like,
awesome. The camping, I feel like that's an awesome part of it. It's the one event that if I lived elsewhere, to get a group of guys together, whoever, you know, and head to an event.
Yeah.
I look into the stands, man. I'm like, fuck, imagine just having my seat up there with a couple of the bros having a good day out. Like, if I could go to that, man, I think that'd be awesome.
well, Masterton's normally real busy in Easter with other events as well. So giving the guys out of town somewhere to camp for cheap, man, of course it's going to draw more people in because the options open up.
Fuck, and the showers are top notch this year, bro.
Were they good?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah. So where'd you get them from? Waihe?
Oh,
What?
Yeah.
Crazy,
Nothing
eh?
down lower North Island. And, you know, coming back to wanting to look after the competitors, there's nothing like a hot shower after.
Charlotte was like, the first thing she went and checked out was the toilets and showers. And she was like, oh, the toilets and showers are so amazing. And I think the next day, she was like, I need to go to the toilet. I was like, "Okay." She goes, I'm not going near. You know, it had like a couple of solid days of boozing and boozing.
Yeah.
But they got
Boozing and
emptied a couple of
boozing,
times, eh?
Yeah, we get the truck around to empty them, but you know, there's a couple of thousand people there.
We had 9.
But no, those showers,
I
we
think,
did
eh?
get good comments on those showers.
Yeah, no, they were good. They were very good.
We'd use the same company again just because it worked. Even from all the way up there, we'd probably do that again.
How many people camped this year? It was like half the pit at least, eh?
Biggest camping,
Yeah.
Because like where we were, and then you had the South Islanders, and then you had like a whole bunch of North Islanders and South Islanders on the other side of the line-up lane.
Yep.
There's a whole other big marquee city there.
Yeah.
They were going way late, those two.
Yeah, no, it was good.
Yeah, no, it was a good atmosphere. Like because I camped down there too the Friday and the Saturday.
Yeah.
And
You're the sheriff.
Did you camp?
I got a caravan down there.
Oh, camp.
It's just the guy on a bus,
my
eh?
This guy's got a bus.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, that sort of takes me like. I mean, there's so much more than just the burnouts.
Yeah.
You know, when it comes to creating memorable, successful events. You know, so you got to find the formula that works, and makes people want to come back. You know, makes the spectators want to stay and watch. Makes the makes the competitors always want to come back. I mean, that's key to it. You know, so
The spectators are clued on now too. There was a big crowd for the night skids as well.
For the party.
Even the
skit.
one before, they were nearly non-existent, eh?
yeah,
It was
No,
hardly
that's
that's the
anyone
biggest
up there.
crowd I've ever seen.
Yeah,
at
yeah,
Rapanats,
yeah.
you know,
So
and
like the last 6 years, party skids come about. There's no one. No one in the stands.
no.
And then
Yeah,
I
and
reckon
it's-
there would have been, a couple of hundred people.
Yeah,
there
Yeah, still hanging
For
about.
sure.
I mean, why do you think that is? Why do you think Rapanats? What does Rapanats offer that obviously no one else is doing? Why have we got this massive crowd?
The party.
Yeah.
I think it's just the party, eh? And the
I think-
music and
yeah,
the
yeah,
lights.
That's exactly it. It's fucking, you hit the nail on the head. And I've always say, my theory is, I just don't think New Zealand's big enough for one day comps. solely burnout comps on their own.
Yeah, I fully understand that. Yeah.
They have
It has to
track
be a,
time.
yes,
and they
associated
tag on
to
to something
but
else,
they
yeah.
accept Rapanats. Some reason Rapanats bucks the trend. You know,
Yeah,
obviously I haven't been to Reef South and that, so I can't say
Yeah,
what theirs is like down there. But there's a mix. You know, it's Jamie Connors.
Yeah.
It's the music blasting. Fucking hell.
Trendsetters.
Some are about it, some aren't,
you
you
know.
know, but-
Imagine you turn up. There's no music. There's no commentator. There's nothing. There's just skids. I mean. 10 odd hours is a fucking long time to sit there and watch because you've got to be a pretty dedicated Burnout fan to want to sit there and watch that.
Yeah.
And then when the fucking, prize giving had, and then there was the skids, party skids, I was just like, there's still heaps of people.
There's still heaps of people.
And then, like, guys getting their prizes, like, crowds clapping as well, eh? Like, there is one. They're like, hanging on the fence trying to hear, like, we're on.
Yeah, that made us think, like, wow, I wonder what 10's going to be like, wrapping at something 10.
You look at the crowd, man, and they're having a genuine good time, you know, taking water bottles around and that, and just having a little bit of a look in there. And there's some happy faces out there, man.
But not only that, like food trucks and shit, there's pretty good supply of everything there. Like, and then I think
we don't go on the other side, you don't even know what's over there. But
no, I don't.
mean, there's
literally
Fresh
go
and Faded
anywhere.
doing his fucking haircuts and stuff like that. You know, there's the
on Skid Day. I went once back past.
I didn't go there. I didn't even go over there at all the whole time. I didn't even know what was over there.
But it's good being separate too, as well. As much as like you end up with everyone that you know, and they'll get us in, I'm like, bro, like I'm fucking busy, man. What do you want to talk to me for?
But you can get away from it. You can take the kids away from it and sit down somewhere 100%. And have food and hear yourselves and that, you know, because there's even the barrier in between you. Yeah. It's only just there, but it's enough to have a quiet time that's still mass limiter in the background.
But that's what makes the pit walk so good too. So you know, like normally, like if you're someone that sells merch, like myself, we want to sell merch. I don't want to sit there all fucking day. No. I don't want to have to try and make someone sit there all day trying to sell merch. Whereas I just know, right, we set up for the pit walk. We've got an hour, hard and fast. Yeah. You sell it in the hour. You sell it. If you don't,
is that enough? Is that enough time?
Yeah, fuck
it is enough time.
Yeah, I think you probably wouldn't want to go any longer because it's not really an hour. It takes them all to kick them.
I know. That's what we're always in the back of my mind, like. It's going to go into parties.
I think and that's once again, it's keeping and that's another reason why they want to come. It's because they get to come and see come into the pits, be involved. All that kind of. I think it's great. The pit walk is fucking awesome. It works so good. And we do all right selling merch over that period of time, which is perfect. Just fucking bang, 1 hour in and out, let's go.
And that works, and it gives you everyone that is doing it an opportunity to be able to sell that kind of thing, and for the kids to come and meet the drivers and grab a poster and all that kind of stuff.
It's just like a sea of kids.
I feel like a superstar, man.
Posters and stickers. Kids love
selling fucking signing t-shirts.
The big foam fingers.
Yeah. So I feel like there wasn't a lot of that, when I was younger. You know what I mean? Or there wasn't really...
Or you couldn't even get there.
And it wasn't really a thing, or you just couldn't get there, exactly, Having that opportunity, just even that hard and fast hour.
But I think, and the drivers and that are stepping up now too, and doing all that kind of stuff. So
because you're sorting it for them, bro.
It actually makes, if you do it right, you can do it. You can make a little, side hustle out of it, and it gives. There's no bigger buzz than seeing your merch and that people wearing your hoodies. Or I go to Speedway. I was at Speedway the other night. And there's like nut out hoodies.
Yeah, that's cool. That's so cool.
And I was with Charlotte and some of her mates, and this dude comes up, like, "Oh, hey, Fitzroy!" And Charlotte's just like, "Shane," kind of thing, and then he wanted to yak for 5 minutes, which is great, So. It's pretty cool, and seeing the stickers and all that and the posters.
It is cool. It's definitely cool.
And so seeing more drivers taking that on and doing that thing.
Well, it's a full blown, I think, recognised as a proper motorsport. Whereas only years gone by, it wasn't, and it was still.
Doesn't matter if it is or not. People still into it, eh? Like it's not going to stop. I don't think.
It's kind of hard to explain it to people. Like people always seem like, "Oh, what do you do with this?" I just tell them it's a drag car because it makes more sense. If I say, "Oh, it's a burnout car," they're like, "Huh?"
Yeah. What is it?
They say burnout car. They think of AU Falcon that's fucking hacking the streets. So. As it gets better, so the more and more people that take it on and be a bit more professional about it, more professional events, all that kind of stuff, it works good,
It's random as, so this guy that we buy stuff off through work, his missus is like in love with the slug. So I gave him one of the posters I got off you. She was frizzing, and then I ended up buying her a t-shirt as well. So come to discuss, but they ended up going away in the caravan, but she's frothing it.
Got the merch though.
Yeah, she's into it.
Well, I think, all that kind of stuff makes the event. That sort of, like, for you guys, is there like, is it like a standout competitor over the last 7 years that just like brings the antics that or has just is the fucking someone that everyone looks like fuck yeah we can't wait to see this person or just stands out, whether it's their driving, whether it's their car, whether it's their antics. For me, it's like, fuck, I felt like we've built Jay Luff up to be this fucking superstar, bro. Honestly, he's everywhere, everywhere I go now. Like, on the way to Rapanats, like, I'd stopped in at the gas station to get fuel, and they're like, oh, you're the Fitzroy Motorsport guy. I was like, yeah, where? He goes, have you got any, the Luff stickers? I was like, fuck this guy. I made that guy.
It's my guy.
And then, like, with the t-shirts, and,
bro,
how
yeah,
good, everyone was into it.
Pretty much. It's the...
So, is it, that's, like, and this is all part, that's what makes the events. That's what makes the memories. That's what makes things, cool. So, is there someone? Is there something that you guys have noticed over that?
Me personally, bro, it's good to see Rob back.
Oh, bro, how good!
I know,
He's straight back into it.
There it is. From the first one, it's good to see him back in the seat, man. Doing it because he's the man.
Our first winner.
Yeah.
Agro XY.
It's always a good steer. It's always.
And he was always a 2-car man, so he would roll up as as the skid factory, like two fat cars that shouldn't be skidding, and he's out there just lighting them on fire.
And the tipping.
Zero.
Yeah, and the tipping.
Big steering.
XY Falcon coupe.
Yeah.
Over 100 grand's with a car, boom.
Out the window.
XY Falcon catches it on fire, burns it to the ground.
That thing, even back in the days when it was like 460 big block manual.
460 big block.
Yeah?
Yeah, bro.
You don't mind wasting it on Burnout?
Nah, that's what it's made for.
Yeah? What do you like about Burnout, Tom?
Smoke.
And watching the big XY grab another gear.
That was so
and it's the throttle too.
That was that Levin.
It always had that throttle that was.
I always told Rob about that. I can tell your driving style by just listening.
Yeah, 100%.
I can hear his wap, 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 wap.
Show, I was like, oh, you were like something about Robin. I was like, nah, he's been out of it too long. And then he turns up and he just same thing. Rips it, gears, out there, fucking straight in the tipping, all that, like he was into it. Even just fucking goes out and slays it, and it's good to see him back.
Yeah, I reckon so.
A week before, snapping a motor and it.
Yeah, I was on the Snapchat.
Solid work too,
fixing the
I called in there and had a yarn and the motor's sitting around and he's like, no, we'll be on. I was like, sweet as,
brother. He's got his kids out there helping him.
We're into it. His boys into it, yeah.
Is there anyone else for you that stood out over the years?
Stood out? I don't know, Tony Wiley getting caught in the tipping.
That's a pretty memorable moment.
That's one of my memorable moments. Like,
Fuck,
how
do you do that, bro?
How do you
I was
do
just
that?
on the brake and I hit that bump and it was already sideways and it just...
Surely put that in the screen right now.
I don't have a good video of it though.
I'll get the video.
It's a low quality.
There's a photo.
Oh, yeah.
There's the photo. There's like a
photo.
screenshot of a video.
I was right and it just goes, boof. And it was just perfectly wedged.
Because I'm like fucking looking straight at you basically like, fuck, could have run someone.
What did you
That's
do about
the
that?
funniest thing ever.
I went forward.
Do we push the ass
And
round?
then I pushed the ass round on the brake.
That's right, and we
I backed out
just
of it.
pushed you back around.
Dumbass.
Nah, that's gold. That's
And I tapped it
memorable.
again coming back up this year because I did the same thing but the other way around. I was like, fucking just
Give it a
roll off
little
the
bump.
barrier.
You go too far and it starts to get pretty
It gets
narrow
narrow,
up the top
yeah.
there, bro. Yeah.
Well, at least it's the tin and not the fucking concrete. Like, a little bit more forgiving. But I was like trying to figure out where I hit it on that car, and I'm looking and like there's like a little lip underneath the bumper because I've never run a bumper, and it like perfectly went because it has the barrier has the bumps in it. It like must have gone perfectly into there. These two little lines, and that was it.
Hey, and those posts are a 24 box of export gold each if they get broken.
Oh, Bron's guts it when that guy folded that one. I was like,
dude from
They are,
Smokefest, bro. He just
They are.
folded that
Bob
whole...
Wilton's grandson. Yeah, it's a 24 box.
Yeah, bro.
I was just like, oh, what a...
Because he's definitely riverbed around there, bro.
Oh, yeah.
They've dug in a few of them in already and fuck.
Stony.
How good has the media coverage been?
But see, there was
the
more.
last 7 days. Even today, my news feed is
It's
still
still
full of fresh Rapanats
Yeah.
content. Like it's just,
I'm the
I feel
same.
like everywhere I was just like, damn.
I was cracking up because some of the videos you see they're like crawling over each other on that corner of the tip in, eh?
Yeah.
They're all hanging there like, and you see like a high vis
Yeah, I think
go
we'll have to
past.
like limit the numbers next year. maybe.
Or make them spread out or something, eh? Don't all hang there.
Book a spot. Hey, like
Something. Maybe
you're
not.
gonna pay. If you're gonna pay, if you want the spot, mate. You know?
Yeah, nah, I don't know. Well, we'll just keep it how it is. I don't know.
Like that worked.
If it works, it works.
Yeah. Oh no.
Well, that like because it's been dying off for years.
Media.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then this year there was just everyone.
Yeah, I've actually had a lot of people come to me about this
And want
TikTok live.
Yeah.
It was all day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I've seen
They
it
did a
all
great job
day.
with that. I couldn't get over how TikTok fucking takes everything down. I don't know
Yeah.
how you get away with doing a whole live the whole day. Maybe because it's live. I don't
Because
know.
it's live, bro.
I don't know.
No,
I'll
live's
stop
going to
posting.
get fucking taken down real
I'll
fast.
stop posting on TikTok because everything I take just gets
I've
fucking
never
taken
had a
down.
TikTok.
Deleted
I
one.
just ripped the piss on it. Make fun of Jade Luff.
Put the front wheel of the Falcon up on a barrel and
No,
shit,
no,
take
it's
some
just me
photos.
throwing a tow rope at him, mate.
Yeah, bro. Picked it up off the ground.
This guy's like, where did this go from? Who the fuck wants the tie down?
Had a couple of T-shackles on it or something.
Because I was like wondering what was going on. I see he's on fire, and I was like, oh, he's sweet. And I'm like, fuck, there's a tow rope in here somewhere. So I was just still ripping around on rims, and I got Alex in there. I'm looking for this tow rope. And she's like, what's going on? Like, found it.
He was
drive
wanting
back
to keep
him.
going, eh? But the fire had already made the call, eh? It was
And
like,
because it restarted it, but then it just started.
It was
it was
straight away,
just
like,
spewing
straight
oil,
back
you know.
on fire,
I think it was just the power steering.
Yeah,
line
and
or
then he just
something.
hooks reverse and backs it off the pad.
yeah, bro. Oh. Is that a win?
Well, I don't know.
At the end of the day?
No.
Do we come to a conclusion?
Nah, this just keeps going, bro.
Just on to the next one.
It's just for
No, he's
shit.
done. You're done, Jade Love.
That car's done.
Nah. Yeah.
He's
probably.
talking a big game now. He's like, I'm going to V8 stop it or something. But who knows? He just
Surely
got he
manual. Surely manual still.
Nah, he's got something there, and if it does get done, it'll be fucking insane. So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens.
It definitely will be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, let's flip the side of that. I mean, is there any like negative issues or anything like that that needs addressing, or like is there something that's like, fuck, man, we need to, you know?
There's always pretty good comments made back to us,
Yeah.
and there's a few people that have brought things out to us in the past, like the way that the pits were set up. And that's why we've gone and had it down the side there with the main entrance here. And everyone's got to go
that's a game
that way,
changer.
and that stopped that problem from everyone at the front always kind of pulling in, and you know that kind of thing, especially party skids.
Yeah.
And a lot of people out the back, they just kind of, I don't know.
No, I think the way the pit layout is the best.
So that happened because
100%.
as a result of some comments
Yeah.
in that. So we
That and
we
the
welcome
railing
all
fence.
comment, you know.
Yeah.
We
That-
do have
The permanent fence is fucking makes it heaps better than the temporary shit.
we do have people commenting on like our local community pages like when it's on, and basically the whole community comments that this is a safe place and it turns them right around.
Yeah.
Like it's better than doing it on the road, sort of.
Well, I mean,
The other day, a big pile of tyres
Yeah.
got posted, and we went down and picked them up. They're
Oh, you
nothing to
did?
do with us, but
Nah, because I told her, I put it on there. I was like, fuck, if they're not taken, let me know, because they
They're
take them for free now
old,
anyway. Yeah,
rusty.
old as fuck. There's no way they were from the week.
nah.
No way. It's just the timing of it all the way.
Yeah,
Just
100%.
timing, yeah.
100%. And
like
fucking on the
fucking
doorstep.
speakers.
Oh,
You
the
know.
speakers.
As soon as I saw that, I was like, you can't
Yeah.
say.
So
Okay,
all
yeah.
our
Because
gear
then
was
everyone
there.
just jumps on, it's something to do with the Burnout Boys. Like,
Yeah,
oh, shut up.
The
That's
last
a
people that
shame.
would have touched it, you know.
We weren't even in that area really. She's there's a through fair, like to get to the
yeah.
to the pits, and that's it. Like, so no one's actually there to keep an eye on it either. Is the other problem, but it's like
And it was days later they got taken on the Tuesday.
And I think we had a lot of our gear still down there as well that wasn't touched.
Yeah.
So if they were coming down to just grab them, because if they looked around,
they must have come in from the river or something. Sure.
Well, I think it's pretty easy to access in there.
Yeah.
if you really want
If
to,
you
bro,
wanted
can
to.
do it.
Unfortunately, you're always going to get some.
Well, it's just farm fencing type shit just to keep you out.
Yeah, well, they
Keep the honest people
they-
out, eh?
they-
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah, the honest people out, exactly right, bro.
Have they found them or nah? No leads, nothing. Shit.
No.
They're yellow.
Another drink?
No, you're right.
Yeah, no, better not me.
Alright.
Done again.
Is it another half an hour gone?
Well, I don't even know if it's fucking half an hour.
Be close
It
to
doesn't
it.
fucking feel like half an hour.
That's going.
Might have a swap out of cocoa. Swap out.
Oh fuck! I think we're moving through pretty fast.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
Make it easy to edit.
When will you put this up?
I'll try and do it before I go to Aussie
When are you going to Aussie?
on Thursday.
Oh, sweet. Fuck, that'll be hard. People are like, I want to watch that one. I'm like, fuck, I don't know you do.
Nah. He'll keep you safe.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the
I'll
things
send
to
some.
come in.
He leads you into shit, man. He'll say something, you're like, fucking camera's going, eh?
Gotcha, bitch.
Gotcha, bitch.
This is what, like with the the 2 vlogs I did for. I was like, fuck, I don't want to just put videos up of skids. It's boring. Well, as soon as it's white, you can't see the car.
Yeah.
That's why I just tip in. But if I can see the car, then move to the next one. But then try and capture cunts doing dumb shit. Like picking on Cody and fucking Bryn the whole time.
Those 3 fellas on the fence.
Yeah, Trav and Braden. Who was the other one? Was that CJ?
I fucked him. I know.
I said he was there as well.
Braden up.
Yeah. That's his brother.
Oh, yeah.
Trav, yeah.
Fuck, some random.
Half brother, right? What's the yarn, Braden?
The bro, the random guy.
He lives down the road. We hit him on one time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah. All right. So what does the future look like for Rapanats? More events through the year. Some kind of Rapanats qualifiers. Is it going to become a 2-day event? Are we going to bring some internationals over? What is Rapanats? What does the future look like for Rapanats?
2 days? Nah, we will never do a 2-day. It's just going to be one day.
Yeah.
And maybe a full day of party skids 6 months apart. So no judging, no nothing, just party.
So you heard that
skids.
here. Another comp, party skids
All
only.
day
All day
long.
party skids.
There'll still be timed. There'll still be times so everyone gets a fair whack at it.
But that's all, up in the air. We've got to get the day yet, There's a lot of logistics.
So it's all run on through noise days and what they can get through and stuff like that.
But that's what we want. We just want to build this one day so you just pack everything into one day. I mean, who knows what it looks like in 3 years' time. It may be like, whatever, a weekend thing, but...
I think about
now,
bringing cars over.
Fuck, I feel like it already is a weekend thing.
Yeah.
Oh, bro.
Yeah, I know.
It's 4 days. I went on Friday, I come home on the Monday. It's me.
As opposed to bringing cars over internationally,
I don't know.
I feel personally like it's been done in the past,
Yeah.
and I feel like hopefully we can get it to a certain point
Where they want to come.
where they come.
Yeah.
They're talking
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah,
We
know
were
what I
yelling
mean?
at a whole
And
bunch
they
of people
come,
that want to
and
come.
that's the-
I
that's
know,
the
we've
difference.
definitely heard from Australia.
So I don't think you'd have to go looking far. You just have to say, hey.
Yeah, once-
Because, there's a long distance between that side of Aussie and that side of Aussie.
Yeah, 100%.
Where they could just shoot to, whatever.
We were at Summer Nets this year, and the dudes that we were camping with were from fucking Perth. So they were literally on a 3-day truck drive there.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They towed a car on a fucking...
Yeah, they had a flatbed and a trailer.
Yeah.
They got an oven, bro. They don't even stop.
Yeah, so they were
One does
cooking-
climbs over the back cooks and then
Put
they
the
jump in
roast
front
on
of
as
the
well.
They
grill.
were just
commitment.
fucking...
Bro, it was on.
That's
They
what I
were-
say. So we're closer
Yeah, 100%.
than
They just need to
Yeah,
put
we
it on
were-
the boat. And
We
then
were
fly
home, the
over.
guys hadn't even left Sydney yet.
Yeah. It seems,
to
it
drive back
seems
home.
daunting,
Right.
Yeah.
because it's the whole boat thing. But it's actually not that.
Yeah.
It's not
The
that.
boat's not the problem, the customs is the problem. New Zealand's the smallest country with the hardest fucking rules, man.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to get in here,
Like-
shit has to be spotless.
Yeah.
Going back to Australia, not as bad, but...
But once
you
they
wanna
get
have-
over here, we'd help them out.
100%.
Like, trailers.
No, I said to them, you said, just get an idea of what events you want to do.
I will tow
Rapanats
your
is
car
one.
wherever you need it to be towed. This guy will tow your car.
Camel
wherever
toe.
you
Yeah.
need it.
Tell him, bro.
Still operating.
Sort of. I towed Jay Luff's car to the event. That was the only job I've done recently.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay. So basically, Rapanat's pretty much staying as it is.
Yeah.
And hopefully, another day of party skids.
Yeah,
Because
like
you guys
6 months
obviously
apart.
you run the Masterton skids as well, like the
Yeah.
Smoke Fest and that. Obviously, it must be some sort of trade off.
Yeah.
Know, to give you Rapanats and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So we also help Kenny Grunrod with Hard Park.
Yeah.
And run the
run-
Master Motorplex Smoke Fest.
Yeah.
All the
So
events
how
down
many
there we
days
run.
have Masterton allocated for skids? Is it
3.
3 skid days?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, and the rest, it's a predominantly a drag racing venue, and
Yeah,
it wasn't until we sort of,
Yeah.
with Rick and Jen with the NZBC that they put that pad in, and
Yeah.
Oh, we would be down there every second weekend if we could be. You know, you best believe we'd be down there.
So I keep saying, I think I said to you on the day as well, I need to do like a Saturday night on the drags, man. Just like a
awesome,
2 hour,
wouldn't it?
3 hour, 15, 20 cars and just rotate it through. And just do it every other take. Oh, you did this one, have a break, get someone else in. And if there's a spot available, one of the local guys jumps in and just keep people in the area interested with cars, because you can't, like Bob always puts on a full paint job and all this, and he's a bit picky on the cars, and sometimes people aren't going to put the money into the cars if there's no events. One event a year, you know, they'll go and do something else.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you want to keep the interest and the money coming into the cars, they need somewhere to go to it, because travelling's getting fucking expensive now too.
It is. It's out of Marston Motorpic's hands.
Yeah.
That side of it, the council dictate the noise days, which is, it is what it is.
We're doing our best to move around it and
doing the
play
best, man,
and
'cause
just-
like-
and doing what we can until hopefully such a time as there is room to move.
But
That's what's
hopefully
good,
we
I
got some more
suppose.
noise days.
Showing the track record of the event and just going, hey, look, this is what we're doing. This is what the guys do.
Yeah.
What problems are there? Cut a little bit of noise, but you know about that because that's why you have a noise day.
Yeah.
Like, can we have another one, please? It's going to be like, not copy and paste, but it's going to be like, this is the track record.
Yeah.
Can you help us out? It's not like you're fresh.
They've been trying for a long time, regardless of the burnouts, just for more drag racing anyway.
I think we've just about got them. I think more noise days.
Well, I think for Masterton, the burnouts is easy money compared to running a drag strip.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what does a burnout pad really need? Set up, clean up, crew.
And it's kind of always had one. So Marston's always had that, you know, that there's skids there. You know, there's a year or whatever in between here and there, in between different venues, but for the most part, there's always been skids in Marston. You know, it's where some of them, you know, started. A lot of people started was in Marston. It's pretty overgrown now over at the old one. Whenever they did the fencing job, and mate, every little crack's just growing up, nice, big and tall.
Oh, so is the area still there?
The pad is still
pad.
there.
Oh, yeah.
The pad is still there.
That's what I like about coming to Marston as well, because you see what you guys put into it as well. Like the post and rail fencing.
The
You
light
know, like,
towers.
the place is immaculate when we turn up on the Friday for scrutineering, because you mowed the fuck out of everything. You know, everything's weed-eated. The pit spots are mowed and painted.
Yeah,
Bins everywhere is the big thing.
Yeah, the Rapanats crew is so passionate, eh?
Oh yeah, bro. We're down there on the lead up all the time.
Yeah, see it on
Even
the
if it's
Snap
just
stories.
chatting, bro.
Yeah.
Having any kind of things you can think of, you know.
They're very passionate, and I think it shows definitely that through the event that.
We've done a lot of events around the
When
country.
you
bro.
look around, you know, they're all having a good time.
Yeah.
You know, everyone's having a
the
good
crew are
time.
into it.
So they're actually
100%.
into it. You know,
100%.
it's not like a 9 to 5 where you're like. I mean, it's a big day. I mean,
Crack up, mate. Like, you
You're
get onto the
fucking
corner and the guys are like calling you, and they're at the tipping, like, get up the fucking tipping. He's got a flag in his hand because he's a flag. Yeah, like, get the fuck up the tipping, mate.
Yeah, bro.
Well, those guys have messaged us because they fizz and they just want to help.
Oh, so that's another thing I wanted to. So if someone wanted to be part of the Rapanats crew, how would they
Just message the page.
message the Rapanats Facebook page?
yeah.
If you wanted to,
Incoming.
I hate to run that
Incoming.
page. eh?
No, like, look, it's good to have volunteers because it is a long day and we try to encourage, like, shifts on that pad.
yeah.
You know, and more people, you can have a good break because, as you say, 10, 12
And
hours.
as I say, I mean, they run the hard park and the smoke fest, so it might not be Rapanats, but you know, if you're part of the crew, and then there's other options to.
Absolutely,
you know?
absolutely.
They're always planning to grow, bro.
You can't always just be at the best place. You've got to start somewhere, you know. So if you know, especially if there's youngsters and that want to get out, get be part of it, you know.
Definitely message the page. Definitely message the Rapanats page.
There have been a few new faces as well on the, like,
Yeah, around the pad.
Yeah.
So usually I've got a bit of a group chat that I talk to and give everyone a bit of a briefing before the day and a bit of a rundown how things are going to go on that. And there's also a yarn in the morning too, get everyone together and have a bit of a conversation. More just looking after each other, you know, looking for that edge, you know, we never want anyone to fall in there or anything.
100%.
And having our dedicated fire crew come down, that's helped us out heaps with, you know, not having to have us running around all the time with fire extinguishers. You know, because especially at the party skids, you know, basically every car's on fire.
I think it's good at Masterton too, because like you guys are on the top of the block, or is that like Mary or whatever? You're behind the wall. You got to get over it to get to the
Once
car.
again, it comes back to the design.
Yeah.
In the ground, the blocks, everything. It's just good viewing.
Yeah.
It's everything's contained in between those deadly blocks.
That's it, I move, bro.
Deadly blocks.
Yeah, everyone's, a lot of people
They
fall
do
victim to
not
them, me
move.
myself, a couple of times. Bang.
They do not move.
I hit the fucking light pole once, on that fucking, yeah,
Oh, I
Give it a
think
big
it hit a big bang like that.
yeah,
I
fuck
remember
yeah.
that.
And Jay in the back. I was like, oh, bro, don't sit behind me because it weirds me out. So he sat on the other side of the fucking wall. I didn't have a door
Putting
card
it
and his
on my
arm
neck.
went in the door, bro. He got him all fucked up. I was like, oh, I felt like a dick,
We've been lucky. We've been pretty lucky over the years with how it's all happened. There's lots of room out there to fuck it up badly.
100%.
You know what I mean? So
Because it's big enough you can go fast. Like you're saying before, the tipping at 70k, man. A 70k hit is
Man, there was
And this year proved that,
Yeah.
you know, and I think everyone was pushing so hard this year.
so hard.
and deep, man.
that $1,000 tipping, man,
Yeah.
people were after it.
Yeah.
Oh, bro.
$1,000. Yeah. From Downtime Entertainment.
That's it.
Okay, so, well, I think we had a few people sending some questions that sort of,
Yeah.
all right, so we're going to do a bit of a quick
Yeah.
fire, all right?
Yeah.
First question.
Yeah.
Will Brett Kenny ever skid again?
To the fucking wheel nuts! Make some megawatt! Let me go!
Will
Maybe.
ADDVT make a return?
Mate, I wouldn't even know how to do a skid nowadays.
Surely you got to teach the kids.
I wouldn't even have a clue. Yeah, maybe
Kids
one
are out
day.
of drive, eh?
One
Surely.
day, they're better than me.
Oh, yeah, mate.
Bro, the kids these days, those youngsters out there, they just fucking throwing those falcons around.
Oh, little mighty, eh? What the hell?
Can steer,
And
right?
Joey too. Those, yeah.
Seen him do the old hand on the boss kit again with the fucking steering
yeah.
wheel out the window and he's trying to steer it on the boss kit. Like,
That's like a 16.
He's not just trying to hold it, eh?
Wow.
Yeah, that's a bit of a bigger pad to be doing there.
Yeah, hard out.
So that's a yes or a
Maybe.
maybe. Okay,
Yeah.
so something you've got something or
Not at the moment. No.
because the last thing I seen you building, I seen also for sale from someone else not too long
Yeah,
ago.
nah. I don't know. It didn't get me excited anymore to do skids. I'd done it for years.
Yeah.
And then it become the thought of doing skids. I was just like, I could be bothered. And then got into running them, and now that was
More enjoyment that way.
yeah. Yep.
It's I mean it's a good way of looking at things. Like I know through Speedway that there's so many people out there that either can't afford a car or they can't do this or they don't have the know-how, but they want to be part of it. You know, so they want a crew or they want to help or they want to volunteer, and that's a great way. You know, the good thing about skids and you can get enjoyment from being not just skidding but being part of it somehow.
And plus, I like seeing people happy. I like
Oh, we see you, mate. You're out there on the fucking, you could tell, So.
helped me with one hell of an N-bomb one time. Through the window.
I did. I reached through, bang.
We're on with them.
Oh shit. Okay, so the next question I've got here is there going to be a possibility of Friday night practice skids at Rapanats? If we're already there,
Me personally,
He's
bro,
very passionate about this. I'll let you
I'm pretty
answer that.
passionate with you run what you bring off the trailer, and there's no practice.
Okay.
You come, you line up, and you're ready for round one qualifying.
all right, Darren Roberts, they asked that question. That's a no.
You should not need to practice. You should not need to practice.
Especially Darren Roberts.
Yeah.
Needs a
Off
quick
his
practice
judging,
run.
he's just trying to line up another skid for next
I
year.
feel like you
Straight
run what
into
you
it.
brung off the trailer, man, on the day.
Yeah.
I don't feel like there's any need for a practice. You should be ready to rumble. If that's a trailer skid on your way there, and we sort of know that it's going to come up, if that's in your mate's driveway, whatever,
Woe
and if
Street.
or you're going to just learn once you're there and you hit it, and it's not going to happen.
Yeah. No, sweet. Okay. Well,
Yeah, it's me.
we've got to the
personally,
bottom of that.
Stomp and steer. Yeah.
I guess another one was how can we get more skid days at Masterton? Well, we've already sort of talked about that and addressed
Council.
that.
Council, council.
So
Red tape everywhere.
join the council, become the mayor, make it happen. Skid pads for everyone. Skid days for everyone.
Let's go here.
Oh, this guy.
Let's go here.
Okay,
He's doing the roads, bro. You want us to do the pad as well?
The next question, I'm not too sure who this came through, but can there be some kind of sticker surcharge so that you guys get $1 for every wrecker sticker that appears?
Yeah, how can we make out of it?
Because I mean, I don't know who sent this in, but
got no
I mean,
idea.
there was fucking Rekka stickers from here.
Yeah,
to
Rekka
here.
shot a
It's
bastard
on
one,
all
eh?
of our gear.
Oh,
On the
It's
tip,
on
he
everywhere.
did get
I
one
saw
on
that.
there.
Did you
I
see
saw
that?
that.
Yeah.
I saw
Did get
that.
one on the
So-
way out the window.
I'm like, oh, mate's got his hand out.
He's
Oh,
coming
shit.
up, he's
Yeah.
coming up, and bang, got it. I thought that
Well
was
done.
a hard case.
Well done.
And he got back out of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he made it past the first round, which
Oh.
I.
He
He
rinsed
was still,
him, mate.
he was
Rinsed him.
parties getting it.
He was.
And
I
he was
think
unhappy. Like he was into me all weekend.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
He was right before you, too. So his alpha blows up, you got to drive
Bell
through it.
floated in the
I'm gonna have to
350
drive
Chevy
through
to
this
fuck her,
guy's
eh?
oil.
It just goes back for ages, eh? Like tips it in and things like,
Yeah.
I think he had limited steering one way as well at the start. But the rack was
Camber on the
offset.
cut like that,
The
bro.
rack was offset, so it had heaps one way and then fuck all the other way. That would have made for an interesting
change your
stare.
battery pack, bro.
So that's yeah. So that's they're going to get $1 for every Rekka sticker out there. Did you hear that, Richie? Okay.
Yeah.
So another question come in. I guess this is coming. I don't know whether this is targeted towards the crowd or the entrances. Can we have a best dressed award? And I was like, it's a bit of a silly question, but I suppose it comes back to the entertainment factor.
Yeah, like if everyone gets into
Well,
it.
it's like the Sevens.
Yeah,
you know,
what
remember
the-
Wellington Sevens, right?
Oh,
You know?
yes.
You know, imagine if,
Wow.
you know, like
It is
the
dead.
you know,
Deadly,
Rapanats,
man.
you know, like cunts are turning up dressed as bananas or something. I mean, I don't know, you know, but
That
Fuck
could
up
actually
the
work.
It's
eh?
pretty up to them
know,
individuals.
30
you know.
degree heat and
If the hype was
If you got $500 on it,
If the
they'll
hype
turn
was
up
made,
in-
bro,
I mean,
the hype was
if
made.
there was someone that was willing to, you know, say, hey, listen, I'm going to throw up some money or I'm going to throw up an award or something like that.
$500
Yeah.
best dress in the
dress,
crowd.
You know, yeah.
Oh yeah, in the crowd. Yeah, that'd be a hard case to see bananas in pajamas all rocking up as a team and shit like that. That'd be fucking hard case.
Oh, I
So
reckon-
that's for the crowd.
These are the things,
Yeah.
that you
I
know, like
understand it, yeah.
if you know, like a little bit of reward going. I mean, I don't know who was addressed that, but it was, you know, I just thought,
Yeah.
I'll put it in there anyway. It's a good idea, you know.
I
something
bet there'll be
different.
heaps of Hawaiian shirts.
Yeah,
those.
take it back to the committee, mate. Put it on the notes, all right? Next one was, how about some camp awards? So best setups and all that. And I thought,
yeah.
but then after this year, you know, like,
Yeah.
Bro, it's South Island every year.
I know,
I don't
but
know, Richie Sligo, bro.
bro, fuck, you know, they had a smoke,
He had a real good
everything.
smoker, homemade smoker.
Had Gareth Harris's rods on it.
Yeah, oh, bro,
That's
it was
right.
so good.
That's right.
Hey.
So I mean, they, you know, there's a bit of effort, you know. So once again, it's that whole like, why does people want to come back to Rapanats?
Yeah.
Why do we, you know, like this is the biggest year for camping.
Yeah.
You know, so as I say, for me, it wasn't a one day thing.
Those two
it was
are
a whole
actually
weekend.
good.
You know,
Like
so
the old best dressed and
yeah.
best camp. Like that's
Well, there you go, Alex Salter, who sent those in.
Yeah. Did she?
Yeah, she's of
ordered-
course she did.
she's
She
ordered
was
Hawaiian
cooking the
shirts,
fucking
bro.
roast. Yeah, she's already ordered them. But yeah, hey, what have you ordered? Oh, how about the roast pork? Well, she had the roast pork on my trailer, bro. She had
So
the fuck
good.
come in. It was all crisp. It's the
Like I
crispiest,
said,
mate.
she run up, she hit me, and she's got this roll. And I'm standing letting cars on, and I'm like, well, thank you.
Oh, we had everything. We had the applesauce, we had
Yeah.
the gravy, we had the
Yum.
crackling, we had the
That was
fresh
good.
bread.
Man.
Bro,
it was on.
smelling it for fucking 4 hours was a tease. Like the whole trailer probably still smells like roast pork.
So good. So
Roast
yeah, I
pork and
mean,
burnouts.
so something to maybe take back to the committee, you know, next time, you know. So if there's someone that wants to jump on board once again and it made a thing, oh no, I think we'd probably put a bit more effort into.
Nah, you won't.
Well, we have a good camp. We might. I don't
Yeah,
know.
well, but it's like we're not going out. You
Yeah.
turn up late anyway,
I
bro.
know. I gotta work, bro. I gotta work.
That move
tough
all the
at the
cars
top,
to bring
eh?
the bus in.
Yeah.
Swinging around.
We had to like throw tyres out to save a spot.
Who fucking parked? I already hit the park on a big angle. Yeah. Okay, now. Oh, we make it work.
Yeah, no, it's
absolutely.
good. The vibe in
The Southerners got a good.
Yeah,
Got a
I mean,
good
how good? But
time.
both nights, like, fuck, you know, I think I had a wall about maybe 2:00 or something
on Saturday.
On the Saturday night, I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm going. I was falling asleep, you know. So
Yeah.
I'm out. I'm
I
going
think I was
back
one
to
of the
my
last- I
campsite.
think I was one of the last walking around the place after the fact. Eh?
Once again, it's what makes the event for the competitor. That's why
Yeah.
competitors want to compete. You know, skids are just the skids are the purpose, but there's a whole lot of
There's a whole
other.
lot.
Yeah,
it's
that
the
goes
get
into
together,
it.
man.
So
Hard out.
busy
The
all day,
friendships and
man.
shit,
I'll
yeah.
wait till that end. And
The
I'm
friendships,
like, just
like,
go
yeah.
catch up
That's
with
what I mean,
everybody.
yeah.
man.
People that you
We're
only
yarning in the
see
pits
at
for
Burnout.
ages,
Yeah.
eh?
Shit,
Yeah,
man.
100%.
Fantastic.
But this year,
Or a car you seen all day. go have a look over it.
Yeah,
you guys
exactly.
don't get away from the pad until afterwards.
This year was so chaotic. I didn't even get to see anyone past Richie's. I don't think I went past Richie's because there's obviously heaps of food and shit. You know? But yeah, I mean, fuck, we were just all around the South Islanders. You know, Shay and
South
they've got
Islanders,
the
they
fucking
always
heater,
put it on, yeah.
You know, they've got everything.
And they make a point coming over as well. Like,
Oh, it's a
Have a
huge
yarn
trip.
and
For,
shit
it's
like
a
that.
huge trip for some. They're rolling that from Invercargill.
Yeah.
Rolling,
Fuck,
yeah.
man. What a mission to come up, but
Oh, yeah.
they do
They
it every
love it.
time. It's always a good car too.
Yeah.
fuck, he went well. He went real well.
And Matt in the RF bed.
Oh, bro.
Wow.
Big hit, eh?
Wow.
Well, cuz. I walked past and the whole corner's off. I'm like, what's going on here? Like, I don't know. Obviously,
Yeah,
not
the
at
way
all.
back
keep
off,
going,
he
right?
just fucking.
Gotta
I
keep
thought he was
going.
going to keep going, but he didn't.
For a little bit, didn't he?
Did a little donut, I think.
Folded.
And then sort of just.
I don't know if he
Just
realised
fold it
what had actually happened, and then
Nah.
you know, then he's like, oh, it's
But
fine.
then no, he come back out.
Yeah, bro, got it done, got it.
Someone
fixed.
went and got another East 14 lower control arm.
The whole thing was off on the ground. Like, breaks everything. I was like,
Yeah.
oh shit. Like,
Had it done pretty quickly though.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next one, this has obviously been sent in by. We had this a couple mentions of this. Is how was the tip-in judged? You know, so there was a couple of questions on this. Obviously, there was a bit of money on the line. You know, so no doubt there was people going for it.
Yeah.
So was it all about the speed? Was it all about how many donuts happened? Was it what
It was
what was
a
it, you know?
combination, but it was judged by the three judges.
Yeah.
But it was a combination of speed, how,
Deep, bro.
deep,
Oh, yeah.
use the whole thing, and
Deep,
And
but
it will
then
stand
if you can
out.
get one in before going deep and carry that momentum, you know, to be able to throw again, that's always going to help, surely.
it's one and done though, eh? Like, the best tip-in was the best one-off tip-in, not cumulative, right?
yes,
Yeah,
one
yeah.
off. Yeah.
Some, One of
So if you fuck the first one up, you can still hit.
Yeah.
So back on that. So how was it judged? So overall, was it 2 skids added together to get your top 10?
Yep.
Yeah. So if you had the most points over 2 skids,
Yep.
and so what about the? So did it reset to 0
No.
for the top 10?
No.
So it was. So you had to have 3 solid skids.
Yep.
3 solid skids.
Yeah.
You have to be genuinely good all day long to be able
Yeah,
to get that
and
result
those
of it.
3 added up together gives you a total.
Perfect.
And that was a thing we've talked about too, whether
Well, we've delved into this over the years.
yeah, you know,
how do
whether
we
it's
do
Does
this?
it
worth a
start
fresh
from
start,
fresh
you
start
know?
top
I
10?
think we have done that one year,
and there was talk
but
about
then it
it.
was between 10 cars. It wasn't really definitive. Like
Yeah.
with the
like-
other 2 scores, like it really could break it up
Yeah.
and give you a clear cut.
Yeah,
There's
they're
your
too
first,
close.
there's your second, and there's your
Yeah.
third.
Yeah, I always sort of thought Rapanats was like, you just got to do your best all day. You can't afford
You
to
do.
drop a skid.
Yeah.
You know,
Any
you have
fucking
to.
skid comp. Who's turning up to go last? Shit.
Yeah. I know what you
No, but,
mean.
you
Yeah.
know, like if you go out there and you do a shit skid, you're like, oh well, fuck, I'll back it up on the second one. Well, you can't do that at Rapanats. You know, or if you got a
So
fuck,
if
if
you've
you're a big
cooked it-
blown car and you want to miss one skid out, you just want to do one skid.
Who
and
wants to
fucking-
do 2 shit skids though? No one, right?
Bro,
If I do one shit skid, I'm
not
like,
here for
fuck.
that, bro.
Yeah.
On a side note, though, so what I would say is those questions should be asked at the drivers' meeting and not afterwards. You know,
Yeah.
so if it's
enough.
something that you're going for and
Yeah.
you think fuck, you know, and you need to voice up at the drivers' briefing
Yeah,
and
It's
absolutely.
open.
say,
The
hey,
opportunity's there, eh?
how are we going to win this $1,000? You know, what are we being judged on? Because then you drive exactly to what the judges want to see.
Yeah, even
you
go
know.
and talk to Sam Boss and
That's exactly what I'm saying. You know, so too often people get caught
Not
up in
enough
like,
time
oh,
for that. It's drivers briefing, first 10 line up.
yeah,
no,
but
you got all morning.
Yeah, true.
or you can always ask. But all I'm saying is that too many skid comps people are like, oh, you know, the bro go, oh fuck, you should have been at the top 10. You know,
Yeah.
That's hard
but
though. Like,
if
we
you're
were
not
talking-
skidding to the judge, what the judges are looking for,
Yeah.
you don't. If you don't ask the questions, they could be looking. You might think you go out there and do a killer skid, but if you haven't meet the requirements, you know,
that's
same
right.
with the tipping. You know, so if it's being judged on 1,000, there's $1,000 on the line.
Yeah.
If you want to hit that tipping and you're going for the $1,000, I would be drivers briefing would go, how do I win the fucking $1,000?
Yeah, absolutely.
What are you looking for?
What do you want from
Because
me?
that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Not afterwards going, oh fuck. You know,
Absolutely.
how was it judged? You know,
Absolutely.
What's the perfect tip-in?
we
It's
all
a
have our own
bit of
ideas. That's
personal
why I'm saying.
preference
That's
on
what I'm
it.
saying.
Yeah,
Do you
So
need
you
to have it
have
in
to
a
ask
couple?
at-
Can you leave it last minute and then
And
just
it's got to
bring it
be
back from the
speed,
wall?
and it's got to be a lot of even if you go one that way and one back that way, and then, but as long as you,
I think it's got to carry the smoke.
Nah, it's
too.
got to carry.
It's
So I
gotta
don't like
carry
the, you know, I don't like the horseshoeing or anything. I hate it when I horseshoe.
Yeah,
I
horseshoe
think it has
sucks,
to.
bro.
When you come in, you got to be. It's just got to be smooth and consistent.
I
Whether
think-
if it's fast, it's like this. But as soon as your wheels come to a slight stop, you know, because you're changing direction, that's the tipping over. So if you come around and you tip like that and then go back that way, I don't think that shouldn't be counted. You know, but
Seen
then-
it done before. I know
you
exactly
look
what
at
you
the
mean.
wheels always
Seen
have to
it
be moved.
work
Starlet
before.
did that. He did a full rotation, sort of all the way in and then back the other way.
Oh, I don't even remember. All I remember
Yeah.
is him coming in so fucking fast. I was like,
That's what I mean.
the fuck just happened? Mate,
Yeah.
that was the fastest tipping I've ever seen.
Yes, one of
That's what
It
makes me
stands
think.
out, like,
That's
you
what
know.
makes me think we should get a speed.
Yeah.
Speed,
100%.
you know, get a fucking.
I wonder who the hell do we?
It'd be
Has
quite
anyone
cool.
got ideas on
Anyone
that?
out
Anyone
there
out there
that's
got
got
a
a speed
speed
camera,
Yeah.
we can issue tickets
Take the one
afterwards.
off the fucking hill. Let's go.
Imagine that, like, you know, trying to get to a certain number. Once you know what's normal,
Oh, bro.
you know what I mean. Once you
Begin
know
to
what
range,
that
just say, everyone
average
chasing
is,
the
like,
number, eh?
you can't tip in under 70 k's.
Yeah.
Hey, little bitch. Yeah, you know.
Well, I'm at like 20.
Once that number's found, though, it'll be quite interesting. You know,
100%.
there'd be a small.
And then comparing
little group of them
Masterton
that are
to
that-
the very, very.
an extra 10
Well,
k's
I
on
think-
above.
Bryn,
Masterton's
he comes
not.
in.
Yeah, he
Bryn comes in
fuck,
hot.
yeah, bro. Masterton's not forgiving though. Like if you fuck it up, right,
You're
you're fucked.
fucking
Mary,
repairing, yeah.
you know, like if you fuck it up, I mean the barrier, the water-filled barriers are a lot more forgiving, and you can possibly aim for the exit.
Yeah.
Well, Arnie's showed us exactly what happens, and also Simon Upton. You know,
Simon,
like,
yeah.
that's-
Poor Wagon as well.
I
Eh?
mean-
It was gutting to see.
I mean,
Hard
they were-
cars to find parts for,
right.
or you know.
Yeah.
At least it's real steel, so you
Yeah.
can possibly fix it. I don't know.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
not if it was my car, bro. That shit would have crumpled like fuck.
Yeah, man, it's a hard hit.
So the EA to take off back down the pits after the thing, and the whole, like his old front members all tube and shit. It's all just.
Oh.
Looks like a lot of work for him, bro.
Man, such a cool car to see.
But yeah,
come down and
Mary
make
is-
the trip though, eh?
Oh, bro,
Yeah,
smack.
the
He's
barriers
like
are
in
more
there, eh?
forgiving.
See it at other events. You see cars when we go away, and you're like, "Fuck, I wonder if he'll enter," you know. And you see
Yeah,
some of those
I'll bet.
standout cars come, you're like, "Fuck, I've always wanted to see this."
When,
Hey, you know?
when he entered, when that Simon entered, I was like, oh fuck yeah,
Yeah, manual.
That thing is fucking cool.
It's a wicked wagon, bro. Right
I
up
was
my cup of
fucking
tea.
gutted for him
sure.
when he hit the wall though,
Yeah.
because his first skid was all right, but he obviously was still getting, you know, finding his feet on
It's
the pad.
daunting, bro. Looking
And
down
then when
there.
he came in on the
manual,
second
too,
one, he
manual.
came in hot. You know, I was like, fuck,
Oh.
he's on.
I was
Let's
saying to
go.
one of the local guys, Daryl, that was his first time on the Masterton pad. I said, you can't win it in the first one, but you can fucking end your day. Like, just go out there, be a bit conservative. If you're not worried about winning anything, just make sure you can drive that thing off and have another go. Because if you fuck that thing up, this guy will just mean you, bro. And you'll never hear the end of it, eh?
What did you think about the ride? It was great.
It'd be like clips and all sorts. But yeah, I said, just go out, be conservative, because I was trying to get him with the ball draw. If you could jump in one of our cars and get a, because it looks way different when you're out there.
Yeah.
It's like, but he was like 20 something and we were all in the 50s. I'm like, oh, you're on your own, bro.
He fucking went
The
good, though.
change, eh? The
Yeah,
change catches
that's what
some
gets
people.
them.
Get you just out of your crease where you kind
That's
of
what I
thought it
said
was
to
going to
him.
follow.
If you're worried about it, just roll to the bottom, start at the bottom.
I fucking hate it, bro, honestly. That downhill.
Nah, it's fat.
And not knowing
I love
like,
it.
Fucking
like,
fat.
it's not so
Love
bad
it.
in the Commodore because I know what it's going to do. With
Yeah.
the Escort, I don't know where it's going to go.
Yeah, true.
So like
Trying to
the
track
first
this way.
two skids, it fucking swung to the left. I was like, sweet. And then came out for the party skid, thinking it was going to do the same, and then it went to the right. I was like, oh shit!
A lot of cars seem to go left
Yeah.
for the most part, eh?
I think that pad's like a little bit off at the start where you start.
Chucked a
And
little
it just
more.
goes a little bit.
Maybe slightly, eh? But it can't be much.
I don't know.
Either that or it's just the way the car's
It's
weighing.
funny,
or
I don't even
something.
think I have a game plan. I'm just like, fuck, we're just going to fucking send it. And
Once you got that first initial throw out, then the rest's
well, that's
fine.
it. That's
You're
it.
not worried
When
about
you
the
set
rest.
it up,
Work
and then
the
if
corners,
car
eh, once you're out there.
kicks that way, you're like, oh, we're going that way.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Harder with the auto cars too, I suppose. Once it's going that way,
You ain't going to
Yeah.
stop with it.
Or they let off and then
or
they
you
did a
can
big.
grab some clutch and bang, you know, and change it.
They
But
did a big sledge, when they get off the gas and it's still trying to drive forward.
it's still full
And they
on the
always
gas.
give it a little roar.
yeah,
And
hey.
it's like, you
And
know.
then you just can't get going again.
Not the worst thing you need can do, eh? Oh, there's Arnie.
Hey, that's what I'm saying, you know.
That's the worst though when you fuck it up and you get out in the middle and everyone's watching you and you're just trying to get the thing going again. You're just like, like, what am I up to?
Won't start, everything's gone out the window, then you're probably more than likely going to hit it again. Hey, because you've flustered yourself to the
brain
max.
fade, eh?
Yeah, bro.
That's the worst thing for me is like if shit doesn't go how I was thinking it's going to go, and then I'm just got no plan B. I'm like,
Yeah, it's gone.
Yeah.
The
Spaghetti
fizz.
arms
Stop
up.
the
Oh,
steer.
You have to tell me that, man. I fucking seem to find myself always doing spaghetti arms like, oh no, what the fuck's just going on?
I normally just try and get into a corner and then work back from the corner.
Yeah, it's the best way to do it. Head to a corner, get yourself back around, let it clear.
Have a
and then
look.
go
Is
again.
there a mark in that corner? I'll try and get right into there and just try and be where people haven't
Most
been.
of them are well used, the corners, you know, for the most part. You couldn't get too much closer, right?
No.
They're pretty well.
Find where this guy is with the camera, pull up. Just everyone, eh? And then this, when you know the tyres are popping, find Hayden again. So, back up to him.
I was watching someone's coverage today. It was that oh fuck, I don't even know whose it was, but I was on the side of the pad and they had me, and James Gooden had come up and he'd come right up to the side. I'm just like, fuck yeah!
Yeah, James Gooden does get in the corners, eh?
Oh,
He's right in
He's
the corners.
fucking on it, eh?
Oh,
One comp a year and just nails it, eh?
oh,
Yeah.
spewing.
He's done 2 this year.
He did such a good first skid, and then his second skid, he fucking
Just didn't
flipped
get
that.
tyres off, eh?
Yeah.
That really killed him.
Yeah.
But like I was saying with the judging though, like I was talking to you the other day, you can't, like as a competitor or spectator, you can't mentally keep track of who's done what during the day unless you're writing that shit down. Like, and then you're thinking of the results at the end of the day and you're like, how did, but you missed his skid, or you didn't see this guy not getting
People
tyres
ask us,
up.
what do you reckon? You're like, I've got no idea.
Right,
I've been
Yeah,
here, there, and everywhere, and I've got no clue.
It's
Absolutely
yeah,
nothing.
you're definitely right. I mean, I after Rolly's second skid, like it was on, and I was like, fuck, but he'd come in the chute, hit the wall, had to reverse out. And we know when we talk, he was gutted, he was thrown his helmet. I was like, oh fuck, you were doing so good. And then he made top 10. I was like, oh, okay. And then went out there and fucking sent it. But it just shows that there was so much fucking carnage.
Yeah.
And people not getting tyres off. The
tyres is the big one, man.
It was
15,
actually...
no?
15.
Well, and that's what I think this year was so
I thought
good.
15 for everything.
Yeah, I think
Tyres
it's 15
and
for a
then
backup.
water.
Yeah.
All 15.
That was so good about the 2-minute rule as well.
Yeah.
So once the red lights come on, scoring stop.
The lights are good too, man.
Perfect.
Way better than flags.
Because we don't want to see cunts out there for 5 minutes.
No.
The crowd doesn't want to
gets
see you out
old,
there for
man.
5 minutes.
Tried not to. I was a little bit over on both of them.
I think my last one was
Like, there's a buffer window.
I couldn't
if
get
the
out
red
on the
lights
party
come on
skid.
and you haven't got tyres
5
off,
minutes for
unlucky.
sure.
And like you can see the red lights out there, right?
Yeah, they were good. They were better than flags, man.
Yeah.
Because they're all in the where you're looking, basically. And they're this high. They're not a guy standing with a flag, you know?
Oh, bro, the setup this year was killer. Killer.
I feel like all those lights and that definitely bring another little vibe
And
to
the
the music
fucking
and the bits
yellow
and
walls
pieces.
I thought were perfect. I just love the painting. I love the painting. Of
On the live feed, I was like, oh, yeah. But then when you see it in person, you're like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, that's cool, eh?
That was back-to-back decorating. Hey,
Yeah.
back.
I seen him cruising around town like, after
Oh,
the day
yeah,
after. I was like, hey, bro, like, there you go.
He,
Good bugger, right?
yeah, I think he
Good bugger, yeah.
did a good job.
But I think it just tidies the place up as well. Like, concrete's not bad because the place is always, you guys always clean it all out.
Yeah.
But I think,
Even on the tops as well, for all the crew around the edge as well, you know, just having that edge that's there. You can see, I feel.
Every year I'm just like fucking trying to. I'm like, fuck, I'm going to end up down there.
Yeah, looking
I'm
through
go-
your...
Yeah, I'm
you
gonna,
know,
I'm going to be that guy that's going to be the meme of the guy falling over and breaking his fucking shoulder or something because he's.
where was the
fucking-
GoPro on the pole this year, though?
Oh,
that was
no.
good last time.
Yeah.
Trying to poke it through the window and shit.
Yeah, it's hard case. One through the window as you're cruising around.
I think fucking. You know, everything. Best Rapanats, hands down.
Yeah, we definitely poured out everything into
You know what sucks is like, how do you top that for 2024?
It is a hard
How
question,
do you top
bro.
that? But
It's
you know,
hard.
we've already come up with a couple. You know, best dress maybe.
Yeah.
You know, camping awards. I don't know, bits and pieces. You know,
the
speed
speed,
camera.
yep, the
you know,
speed
so
one.
Yeah.
I think that this year in the carnage and it just showed how hard everyone was going to wanting to get that top 10.
Absolutely.
Maybe even a screen in the pits, like on the back of that truck. Because
Yeah, we've
if I'm in
talked
the
about
pits,
this.
Been a yarn
We've
before.
talked
because
about
trying to
this.
get around the truck and get a purge, by the time you've done that, skid's over.
Yeah, I know.
If you can just line up, go boom, watch what's on the screen. If you're lined up,
Imagine
you
if
can
you
see-
could put it on the truck or on the that
Yeah.
side of the truck that faces the pits.
Yeah,
A big screen.
Yeah.
That would be epic.
just so you can keep a track of whatever.
Yeah.
Like, because
Because you're waiting in line and you don't know what's happening in front of you.
not only that, it depends on how the ball draw is. If your mate's 3 cars up from you and you're still trying to move your car down the line, you're not going to see your
That's
skid,
what
whatever.
That's what the parties kids. I was like, oh fuck, I wanted to go fucking film. But then
Yeah.
the line was already huge. I was like, that's why I was like, just fucking wait till the end.
Everyone
Cunts will fucking line up
loves those
so you-
party skids, man.
Bro, if that went to 11, there would have been still, you know.
If I went till the next day, bro, we'd still be going.
Yeah.
I had sets for days.
I
think the cutoff was perfect.
I had to, and even when I called it, what? And you know,
It has to. It has to.
No,
they were
I
like,
think
nah,
everyone's
fair
pretty
enough,
respectful,
mate.
eh?
Fair enough. And I was
Yeah.
like, look, I've got to call it. And they're like, nah, sweet as, we've had a ball.
Otherwise, it'll turn into a monster. You know, it'll turn into a monster going anywhere
And
further.
too, you know, there's a few issues with the likes of when you got, you know, people like Fraser, who is like loud. It was like
Fraser,
Armageddon.
man.
It was like
Oh,
Armageddon when he
mental,
went
eh?
out there. I just don't understand. 4 skits on the fucking limit
On the
the
limiter.
whole fucking
Minutes
time.
worth of
Did
the day.
not lift.
How does that motor fucking?
There's 10
how
minutes,
is that stuck in you?
Methanol,
I don't know, man.
LS the fucking
LS
wheel,
the
baby.
fucking
LS, but that is the loudest LS.
Oh, bro, I was, you know, had no fucking headphones.
We were
on.
talking about it in the preview. Like, you can feel that fucking thing. Everyone felt that.
was
thing,
insane.
man.
Felt, especially when he's coming back up on rims, and he's just no mercy.
That's what's good about the hill. It's harder to get up. So everyone's just spark
Absolutely
showing up the hill.
sending
Eh?
it.
Like,
I could feel it in my chest.
oh, you're the closest one out of anyone.
Mine
Yeah,
was
right
the
in that
same
last
too, you know,
moment.
because he had those fucking pipes coming out
Yeah.
of his front guards.
Yeah.
It was loud, and it
Fucking
was,
hip
had a
light.
Trev tune like
Tony Johnson. Tony
Bad
Johnson.
BMC, yeah.
That thing
That thing's flat out
is
too, eh?
ear piercing.
Yeah.
Like
The
that,
pipes are that long.
oh my god.
The little collector, little.
Yeah,
Yeah,
at
but
the, at
you
the end.
hear cars zooming, you know, V8 zoomies and short pipes, but that bloody thing is loud, man.
No, it was pretty up there to think about.
good
how
range of
to
cars,
pick
man.
it apart.
Yeah, good range of cars. You know, good to see a few rotors and that in there.
Yeah.
How's that Lance Collins never turned up?
No.
He fucking eats it,
Yeah, that's a bugger. Things like that, you know.
Didn't hear from him. No.
Would have been cool to have had the rotor class. A few of the boys are having some problems out there too, you know. But that was the most rotaries there.
Yeah.
For sure. And it'd be cool to see again. You know, it'd be cool to see again bringing the rotors back into it because
Yeah.
even
There used to be a
like,
few, like we're talking about Levin days. It always used to be rotors at
yeah,
Levin.
Always.
getting treated real badly.
Oh,
A few bucks, eh?
Oh, 2026. Sorry, fucking
Yeah.
hell.
Oh wow, yeah, true.
You know, she's gonna be hard.
Even just a repeat wouldn't be bad.
Yeah,
100%.
100%, bro. A repeat of that would be awesome.
Well, like I say, every time you go there, something's just that bit better.
Yeah, tweaks
Boom,
here,
boom,
tweaks
boom.
there.
Oh, there's things that we've got that we note for our, you know.
The year before is always the base, I guess, from you guys, like, because you're putting in permanent stuff and then using same people again, whatever, like.
A bit more just infrastructure around the place is more was probably one thing, you know. Just putting more back into it as much as we can to just.
Because it's
keep
not
making
going anywhere, so fuck it. It makes it better. Even the Masterton and the Hard Park skids are benefiting from it as well. Like anything in that venue is benefiting off what you guys do.
Yeah.
Fuck.
What a journey.
What about coming in, man? Honestly, I was coming in fully loaded with the bus and the truck and trailer, and had to be raining.
Oh, we had our cameras that day.
Oh yeah, I haven't got that on video. I
I
think.
was like, oh shit, man. I chopped the gears. I was like, fuck, I'm full noise coming in there. And I could feel it breaking. The bus was like, I could feel the wheels spinning.
Yeah,
I'm
you were
like,
piss bowling
I'm
up there.
just fucking, I'm in it.
I think me and you were watching.
And Jade as well. We all had our phones out as soon as the phones come out.
I was like, I'm watching something.
Oh, bro, that's all I can think. Everyone's back there. Who's going to tow me out? Tow me out.
But no, you piss bowled up there.
Oh, he's got some pace.
Bro, I was not slowing down, man. I was like, we up, we going.
We were lucky
I was ready
with the
to
weather,
film
bro.
something.
Bro, yeah. It's sort of like where the track is far enough away from the hills. Like the weather's sort of, you see the rain come over the top,
Yeah.
and it hangs there for a
It
bit, and then
does
when it
on it.
breaks off there, it goes straight across, and it gets to the other hills. But yeah,
We were lucky there, you know. We kind of
Oh,
we had a
Friday,
feeling
I
that
was
we were
so
good,
stressed.
but it was freaky though.
I was thinking, I was like, what do you do? Do you move it?
Said exactly what was going to happen.
It
Yeah.
did,
And
yeah.
it did.
That was
Yeah.
actually correct.
And it was way better this year than last. Remember, it fucking rained quite much
In the morning.
In the
Yeah,
morning.
we'd let the Falcons out.
Yeah.
About, you know.
I was out there.
The Bro Falcon.
But yeah.
Pumping
So,
the water.
yeah.
But I think, like, even if you moved it, like, Easter weekend works, of course, with the extra days either side. But even if you moved it, doesn't guarantee good weather. Because we've been at Burnout comps in January and it fucking rains. It's like, what do you do,
In New
man?
Zealand, bro, you can't.
Nature of the beast,
There's
bro.
no better rain dance than a Burnout comp, eh? Like, it's like, shit.
Fuck, what about these dudes, bro? I was fucking so
Yeah.
fucking happy
Oh,
with those dudes,
babe.
bro.
Both the
Yeah.
VL wagons
The
are
VL
Oh,
cool,
Hawke's
man.
Bay take over, man.
Yeah,
There was
bro.
a fucking
Yeah.
huge
2
crowd of
VL wagons and the
And Douglas
On
Paul
tick,
Douglas on
yeah.
tick, yeah.
on tick, yeah.
Fucking hell, bro. Those
Wicked.
guys are fucking
The
on.
wagons are getting honed out.
With the shit that's tied on the roof, eh?
Yeah, that's so cool,
A
eh?
barrel and like a trunk. Hey, like an old trunk.
But once again, it all makes it
Primo, yeah.
what Rapanats is. It's all about if there was like 100 VT Commodores LS that went out there, it would be so fucking boring.
Yeah.
You know? It's just
Definitely.
it's such a good mix of people, cars, the
Crowd,
passion, the
yeah.
crowd. You know, so yeah.
There's some fucking machines coming out as well.
Yeah.
It's always stuff changing.
Yeah.
People always in the shed. There's some big dollar cars out there these
I was
days.
spewing Hortney wasn't there, but then they turned up in Reese's EX Lancer, man, and
He
that
was
thing goes
waiting on
fucking
parts
hard.
in the States.
Yeah, that thing goes
It
hard.
goes real
man.
good, bro.
And they both steer it real well, because I think Reese did the party skid on it.
Oh, Reese, he pedals it
yeah,
good. Yeah.
fuck, he's up it, eh?
It's always cool to see like Hornby there as well, though. You know, she's a
Big
it's a-
poster
it's a-
car,
It's
eh?
a beast car, that one in New Zealand.
Shirts. How did the merch go?
Yeah, it's good. Got sold out. Yeah.
Yeah, for the most part, sold it out. Yeah,
And so if people want to get merch, Rapanats merch,
yeah, ProWear.
ProWear.
ProWear
Head
online.
over to ProWear
Got
and
online
it's still live. You can order it
Yeah.
and it'll turn up your doorstep within a couple of days.
Sweet. All right. So moving forward, I think that's us covered off.
Yep.
So
For the most part.
I'm skidding this weekend. Tony, when's your next skid?
I don't know, that's the problem. Rapanats and then the big calm down into winter, bro, and then it'll be probably Smokefest.
Smokefest, yeah.
Autofest? We got Autofest?
Yeah, well, I'm going to do.
Oh, yeah, Autofest.
Probably do Chrome. I'll do Chrome.
That's
VLs
October.
and heaps of bits
Yeah.
at the moment.
So
End of
What's in
October?
November? Is Chrome in November?
No, I'll do Chrome, which is in June.
June, are they in June? Yeah, right.
No, we're going to fucking Brashnats in June, aren't we?
Yeah, it must be the weekend after or something.
You going?
I want to. I'm in
Nice.
fucking serious trouble. It's on the missus' birthday.
Oh,
How good.
But it's a boys' trip, though. Eh?
So, oh, no, because Jade's taking the missus. James is taking the missus, being me and this guy fucking spooning in the other fucking. I'm trying to make it work. I want to go. That's the other one. Everyone's like, go to Brashnats.
Oh,
I'm
it'll be
like,
wicked, bro. Yeah, I can
Yeah,
imagine
that'll be
it'll
the one.
epic, bro.
It's just the facilities are fucking chaos. You know, just
yeah, it
crazy,
looks
bro.
fucking mean. It looks mean.
So yeah, so I'm gonna. So yeah, I've got Wagga Wagga this weekend, Brashnats in June, Chrome in June, Autofest in October, and then that's me done and dusted this year.
Wicked, man. It's a good
Bodine.
run. Cars and bits for now. As I'm just piecing all my bits and pieces together to try and do a decent kind of rebuild from front to back of the whole kind of thing. There was things I probably just done the cheap, fast way at the time, and 7 years later it was still kind of like it. So it's pretty cool to kind of start again. So I'm in it for probably the long haul. And
Turbo
doing what I
400
can
then?
when I can. Nah, we're keeping the party pedal this time round. I'll see what happens in the future, but for that car, it's going to stay manual.
Perfect.
I'm just a sucker for punishment, bro.
When you got to pull the motor and box out together, eh?
I think you've sorted it.
No, that's
Oh, you
sorted.
can take that?
No,
Yeah.
that's sorted.
Fuck.
Like headers and shit. So we'll see what happens in the future. Otherwise, we'll just be 3.8ing. For
Yes.
anything around that's going basically in the shed.
Oh, yeah, good.
Six
banging nets.
Six banging that. That was cool.
All right, so I think that's us.
Yep.
I think that's Rapanats 2025 done and dusted. Anything you boys want to add? Say anything? Anyone's got anything to say?
Massive shout out to the sponsors.
Yeah.
Shout out to the sponsors.
Cheers for having us
Sponsors.
over. To
The
tell us a
sponsors
bit
are
about
massive, eh? Like, we've got to shout the sponsors.
Mate, the list is huge.
Kieran Oliver, naming rights. But I just reckon thanks to the competitors and the crowd, you know.
That's what makes these things
That's-
happen. mate.
It's you hit the nail on the head. It's not just the competitors; it's also the crowd. You know, because
crowd, yeah.
you know the competitors vibe off the crowd as well.
100%.
You know, and
100%.
Rapanats is like the comp that you can vibe off the crowd. You know,
Yeah.
because they are
They're
are
right there.
Right there.
They're right there.
You can
know.
hear them.
You can catch faces. You can
When
hear
you're
them.
getting pushed off, broken down, you can hear them. You're stuck in the fence, you can fucking hear them, I can tell you.
Fuck, I remember my fucking clutch blew there like 2 years ago. And all I heard was.
Fuck
It was
loud,
probably Jade Love too. Like,
It would have been too.
there it is.
Fucking Luffy.
Yeah, so, all right, sweet.
Cool.
We
Well
done.
done.
Bang.
Cheers,
All right.
guys.
Oh yeah.
Well, cuz.
Nicely done. Holy